Today we're doing a video which is a bit different because generally our videos we know exactly what we're doing, we show you how to do something, but the reality is we haven't got a clue whether this is going to work or not. So we cross-pollinate chilies in order to attempt to make new varieties. So you take the flower and you cross-pollinate one variety to a different variety to try and make a new variety. But what we're trying to do at the moment is actually cross-pollinate with flies. So we've got a bit of an experiment going and we'll keep you up to date. No idea what's going to work. And the reality, if it does work and produces new chilies, it's actually going to be 5-6 years before those chilies are for sale anyway. So it's a long project, but whether they cross-pollinate to begin with is what we're looking for. So we have bought some maggots. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the maggots in the base of the chilies. So we're over here. If you look over here, we've got these nets there, and we're going to put the maggots in the base. They're going to hatch into flies. The flies are going to cross-pollinate very neatly across the varieties. Well-trained flies, obviously. And then when they start producing fruit, we'll obviously pick the fruit, sow the seed, and then in theory we've got a new variety. So in these there's 2 varieties in each one. We've also got some mints as well, because we want to try and cross-pollinate some mints as well as some chilies. But it is an experiment. No idea whether this is going to work. There's so many variables, we don't really know quite how to keep maggots alive, although they should do the job. We've got a food source and stuff like that, I'll show you in a second. Whether they will cross-pollinate at all that sort of stuff effectively. But in here we've taken all of the chili fruit off of each plant. So this is a plant, this is going to go in this one here, and all we've done is gone through and taken the chilies off just to make sure we're not picking something that definitely hasn't cross-pollinated how we'd want to. So these ones look like, there's no fruit in them, but they look like they might have set. So I'm going to take the ones off that could potentially have set as well. Let's have a quick. Okay, so this fruit, this plant is going to go in here. So this is mosquito netting. It's the cheapest type of netting we found to do it. It's going to sit under there and I'm going to stick some stones on the bottom so it doesn't blow around too much. It comes with this nice hoop as well. It's designed to go over a bed, but seems to work. It's going to keep the majority of insects out. So that's what we're looking for, to isolate the pollination. Obviously the flies aren't well trained and they will go and pollinate, in theory, pollinate between the same variety, but can't stop that, and we'll just sow all the seeds and then we'll go from there, hopefully have something different. So the maggots, we have absolutely no experience of doing this at all. My dad's running away from the camera.
I'm interested by the flies that are already going in there.
There's flies going in. So obviously it's a good food source. This is a very high quality dog food. So what I'm going to do, I think, and I don't know, I don't think maggots particularly like being in the light, so we're going to stick some vermiculite in here. These we ordered by post, came next day, nice and easy. I've seen online as well people actually catch the flies and try and do it that way. I wasn't that patient, so we've gone for this. So I'm going to tip the maggots into here. Just like that. And they're moving around quite nicely. I'm going to stick a little bit of vermiculite in here, and if I push them to the side, put some dog biscuits in there, high quality dog biscuits of course for high quality maggots, and a bit of milk just to wet it. And this is only from seeing what other people have done, not for cross-pollinated chilies but for growing flies, is that the right term? I don't know. So I'll just wet the biscuit just to wet it. A bit of moisture is what people are saying they want. And all we want to do is then just put this into the chilli, in with the chillies. So put it in this one. We haven't done any of them yet, so I'll stick it in there. We weigh them down like that, and I guess that's it. I've got no idea where it's going to work. We're obviously keeping an eye on it. We obviously come in here several times a day anyway. There's a few things I don't know. I don't know whether it will potentially, with dog biscuits down, attract things like foxes or anything like that. I don't know whether the maggots are all going to get out and just walk away, if maggots can walk. Lots of things we don't know, but we're going to keep an eye on it, keep you updated with a video, and then we'll go from there. So check in and see where it works.